Ooh, maybe strong back. Yeah. I'm really tired of like having to throw things. 50 more pounds. Let's do it. Let's do it. More loot hype. Let's go get our brain. That's my brain. What's up, King Jank? Nice, Giggles, welcome. Doing well, thank you.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Guys, I'm talking to my brain.
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Yes. Yes. Oh, he's such a dick. How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain?
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
I've been busy.
Oh yes, I rather expect you have. You must have been swamped, you poor dear. Why don't you relax and put your feet up? I've just been traumatically scooped out of my body and plugged into this jar. That's all. But you've been busy. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head
It
and
does
buried
sound
in
like
a shallow
Stewie.
grave? Do you think I enjoy
It is
that
Seth
little
MacFarlane?
moment?
Oh my god. Really? That's awesome.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership.
What's up, Blue Ann?
All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
What's up, old Grumpy Gamer? How are you today? It was a dinner, but it went well. Thanks for asking. But you're the source of most of the glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
You want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have
What's
peace,
up, bitch?
quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to
Nice,
urinate?
old grubby
It's
gamer.
quite a lot, I can tell you.
Wow, there's a space Greggle. Oh my god. Oh god, what face? A space Greggle? Oh my god. Oh no, this chat right now. This chat. But what about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food? Love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
We're at an impasse. You can feel what I feel, and I can't. What do you think?
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we are separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration
leave
would create
him?
some improved synergy
I
between
can't
us.
leave my brain.
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Nice knowing you, a Space Dan. Since the Space Dan is leaving Lowco, I'll take his mod spot. Okay, a Space Greggle, yeah, sure. Bye, a Space Dan. Space Greggle will take over. Does this game allow you to abandon this mission and play through the game without your brain? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well,
Hey,
I
Curse.
suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make it.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Alright, we got our brain. Confront Dr. Klein at the think tank. And we can get our heart and spine back. Okay, cool. Unsub stream Lowco. Hey, wow. That is an awesome birthday present, Curse. Good luck to you. That's amazing. And happy early birthday. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Bye, Greggle. Alrighty. We're gonna go get our body parts back. Chair, please, Greggle. I'm hungry. I could go for some hummus right now. I'm not gonna lie. How do we... Oh. See stairs. See the stairs? Let's fast travel. Please, no more food talk. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, where's the auto dock?
You require some additional services?
About body parts. I'm lost with the poison. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back with the original stuff.
You require some additional services?
We need our spine. Torso can now be crippled again, but your strength and damage threshold have doubled. Yes. Alright. That's cool, that's cool. We'll take it. Let's save. Okay, that's ominous. Today is your B-day? Uh-oh. Why do I feel like they're not gonna want to help us?
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped.
Got my brain now. You and I are gonna settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Where my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Impossible? Oh, damn it. We don't meet the checks.
A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack! Ah! Kill it!
Oh,
Kill it!
geez. Let's use bats. Where do we aim for? The mouth? Oh, what's up here? This thing is so borky. Eyes? What's this? It won't let me, like, go over it. Stop being weird!
Reach the incredible power. Behold this power!
Alright, got one.
If we scare it, maybe it'll give up.
I'm killing all of them! Even the creepy one.
Lobotomite, it has come for us.
Sorry, Boris. Do you like Fallout 3 or New Vegas more? I think I like New Fallout 3 more, but I'm not done the game, so it's hard to say. I'm not sure yet.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still,
characters were
this all
awesome.
happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth
What's up, Daru?
contours.
Daru-e?
The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued
That's
to
funny.
bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare
Oh
parts.
my god, the toaster!
After one of its
The
more
toaster!
psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy.
Oh my god, this is so
Except
funny.
He found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind Dio Jefferson
Punishing the
eventually
dirty
discovered
cups.
a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Ooh,
Autodoc,
Rex.
always gentle and
Rex.
methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic, dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 continued to scan for the subject and the stealth suit prototype long after the test was over. Frustrated and unable to find its lost technology, X-13 expanded its network of laser tripwires, sensors, and robo-brains out across Big Mountain. This glittering blue light beam forest cleanly bisected anything that entered its depths, slicing them into small segmented parts for easy disposal.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome.
Other smarty
The
pants.
courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
All right. You've got the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. Nice. Yeah! We did it! Yay! What's up, Darth? Alright, let's get out of here. That guy's freaking out right now. That guy's like freaking out right now. Oh, here we go. Oh, I have to go outside? How do I get outside? Hey, what's up, Darth? What's up, Mockingjay? Alright. We're outie. We're outie! There are 2 DLC left. Honest Hearts and Lonesome Road. Lonesome Road is meant to be the final DLC played. Okay. We'll probably go to those now before we end the main story. That was cool. I mean, that was a really long DLC, but it was so funny. Like, it was a hilarious DLC. There was so much great humor in it. I liked it. I liked it. There were definitely some interesting things that happened. Alright, so... So, what is the next one that we have to do? Oh, this is the divide thing. What's the name of the next DLC quest? Oh, I'm sorry, Darth. What do I do now? On to the next one. On to the next one. Somebody needs the answer. Happy trails. Happy trails. Okay. Hey, what's up, Wong Fei? How's it going? Did you get my tweet last night? I didn't get a chance to check over my tweets, I don't think. Unless I favorited it. I'm not sure, though. If I didn't favorite it or respond, then I haven't seen it yet. I wasn't really on my phone or checking my Twitter last night. Thank you, Aldad. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what the name of the quest is, because it's not the same as, like, the name of the DLC. So I wasn't sure, but thank you. Okay, so let's go here. Lowco ignored all tweets last night. Oh yeah, where's my companion? Oh, I guess he's back in his place. He's in his place. What is Twitter? Facestand, please. Dego, I didn't know such thing. Kappa. Kappa! Oh my god, Lowco, stop ignoring the Twitterers. I'm sorry, I'll check it tonight. I'll check it tonight, I'm so sorry. Oh, really, Fallen? Yeah, we could do that. We could set up a giveaway for that. You don't have a Twitter account, Burgess? Get on it. It's honestly the best way for like quick communication between me and the viewers. Like it's the best. I don't know where I'm going. We're close. Hey, what's up, Alex? Alright. I'm gonna save. I think I need more coffee. So I will be back in just a minute before we do this deal. Give me 1 sec.